Smiles betrayed the tension at the Mercosur Presidential Summit in Paraguay on Thursday. Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro was a no-show, joining the summit online. Mercosur is an economic and political bloc that includes Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay and Uruguay, and has a population of around 300 million. It announced a new trade deal with Singapore, but it was the recent news from Montevideo that dominated this meeting. Last week, Uruguay's President Luis Lacalle Pou announced his government would formally enter negotiations with China for a free trade agreement. Mercosur requires unanimous agreement for deals with countries outside the bloc.
Lo único que yo pido a todos.
Argentina's President Alberto Fernandez called for unity among member countries and proposed joint negotiations.
Y así como hicimos con Singapur, que fue posible.
Just as we have done with Singapore, what if we can think of the possibility of China reaching an agreement with Mercosur? Why don't we analyse that together? Uruguay's president said he would seek consensus with other members.
En breves días nuestros equipos se estarán juntando para empezar a negociar el Tratado de Libre Comercio.
In a few days, he said, our teams will be meeting to start negotiating the free trade agreement with China. And of course, at that stage, the first thing we intend to do is to talk to Mercosur, to do it together.
Es decir, todos juntos.
The individual countries within Mercosur have widely different economies. With a population of around 3.5 million, Uruguay's strength is its agricultural exports to China. So too Argentina and Brazil, but with larger populations, their industrial sectors would face competition if their economies open up to China. China's economic role in this region is expanding. It is already Uruguay and Brazil's #1 trade partner, and Argentina expects China to surpass Brazil as its #1 trade partner in the next few years. Analysts say Mercosur has long faced internal debates over the direction it must take.
Mercosur is finding problems creating its own dynamic that gives greater benefits to members like Uruguay. This is not the beginning of the end of the bloc, because this has been announced many times before, but it is a challenge to see how it overcomes this moment.
While keeping the door open to joint negotiations, Uruguay confirmed it will move ahead with free trade agreement talks with China, with or without Mercosur members. Joel Richards for CGTN from Buenos Aires.